Good afternoon, and thank you for joining Down the Rabbit Hole with KD. I am your host, Kay Dixon, and I am here today with YouTube vlogger extraordinaire, Mr. Demario King Jazz. And the crowd goes wild. How are you, King?
I am good. How are you doing, Kay?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Today's show is brought by Luvolution Superfood. It is an energy and immunity booster, thyroid support, detox and repair, joint and bone support. This is from Amy and John Kreitner. You can find them at luvolution.net. Also brought to you by Artistry, Signature Select Brightening Mask. It's by Amway, but it is sold by my son-in-law. His name is Derek Gardner, and I will put in his website a little bit later because it's too long to tell you. But anywho, just know that they're both great products. I have been using them for a couple of weeks now and cannot wait to tell you all and give you all of the results. King Jobs, let's get it, baby. Let's get right into it.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell my viewers, I know who you are, but please tell my viewers who you are.
I am Demario Jives, aka King Jives of the King Jive Show, and I
Yes.
am a vlogger. I am a activist. I am a commentator. This is what I do. This is what I do. Um, I'm a graphic designer, videographer, a uncle daddy. The list can go on. I'm a son. One day I'm gonna be somebody's husband, you know, something like that. But yeah, that's just a list of a few things. That's about it.
Good, good. How did you get started in this crazy world of YouTube vlogging? Was it something that you just kind of popped into? Was it something that you aspired to do? Or was it just like sometimes some things just happen to fall into your lap and before you know it, it's just something that you're doing? So, how did you come to start vlogging?
Well, okay, I got to vlogging in 2008. I was actually on, and I was helping a
Mm-hmm.
ministry, and they didn't really want to create a page for themselves, so I had created it.
Mm.
And so I had been, posting their videos and doing all those things for like a long time. And I just kind of went from there and then try to make little skits here and there. This is like old stuff that I can go and pull up off in the archives. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I've been doing that for a
Mm-hmm.
while. I've always been a goofy person. And, honestly, it's like, I look then and now, and I'm just like, I haven't changed. I just got a lot bolder in saying what I say and going from there. It is a
Mm-hmm.
little, it is very difficult at times when you are a outspoken person because people feel like, some things you shouldn't say. Well, I'm just not that person. Like, I'm gonna say exactly how I feel,
Right.
what's on my mind.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I have been following you for over a year now, almost 2 years. And I
I was,
remember what attracted me. I had no idea. I mean, I knew that people were doing like videos and things like that, but I really had no idea what YouTube vlogging was and that it was actually a thing. It was just, I knew that people made videos and things like that, but to actually do this, like, this is what they do. You
mm-hmm,
know what I'm saying? On a daily basis, there are financial gains from it. People actually do this as a job. This is a full time.
mm-hmm.
Is this a full time job for you, as well as in addition to all of the rest of the things that you do?
This is not a full-time job for me. This is like something that
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's fun. But
Okay.
I mean, maybe one day it'll be a full-time job. But I mean, I could
Mm-hmm.
honestly say that I remember when my checks was real nice, like $3,000-4,000 a month. You know, when YouTube starts changing, everything gets different.
Mm-hmm.
Here, who was making
Mm-hmm.
money, but things started changing, and
Mm-hmm.
like here we are. Like, what's that girl? Glozell. Glozell was making a nice check every month.
Mm-hmm.
She said when YouTube started changing their algorithms and stuff like that, it just went down.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that she was not funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that when YouTube changed,
Mm-hmm.
it started just moving
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said that you were making $3,000 to $4,000 a month. For those people who are interested in being a vlogger or doing what you do, what advice can you give them to kind of start out, or what can they do? How do they get followers? How do they begin to get this money that's coming? And not it's not just about money, but how can they become lucrative? How can they make this lucrative for them? For instance, I call myself well, when I started doing this, it wasn't the internet for me has never been about likes and followers and things of that nature, even though I know this is the type of world that we now live in.
Mm-hmm.
um, and moving forward, it's not going to get any um,
Easier,
better, if you will. We are in a society easier. We are in a society where likes and followers and views, likes, followers, and views matter. We need a
right?
t-shirt. Likes, followers, and views matter. We're gonna talk about that. And so, and I call myself. So when I started doing this, I started out with my interview with David Icke, and then it kind of just went from there. But this was something I want to tell you that you were the inspiration for me to do this, because from watching your videos and from watching other videos, what came to me was that it was amazing how somehow the stories that you were telling and that other people were telling, I had some type of connection to those stories. And it just, be it from the church, be it from the secular world, be it from stories that you would see on the news, somewhere down the line, whether I was directly or indirectly, um,
That's me. I'm
um,
coming on from a different screen.
okay, directly, you coming what?
Okay, if you go down to invite guests, I just entered in from a different screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh,
cancel this
okay.
one.
So just bring you in that way.
Yeah,
Okay. King Jazz is always doing some. He's so tech heavy, y'all. He always doing some tech. I love him. Love him so much. And so we're gonna bring him in on this screen, and now he's at cool. All right, great. So I had a connection to these stories either indirectly or directly. And I
mm-hmm.
was like, and I was telling my guy, I said, how can I connect these dots? And I had thought about doing a podcast or a broadcast last year. But I was, I didn't have the nerve. I didn't have the nerve to do it. Can you imagine someone who talks as much as me don't have the freaking nerve? And then this year was just like, you know what? I have too much to say. I have too much to offer. I run my mouth way too much. It's better than just posting these little, inanimate posts on social media. And so I started the vlog, and then when I went to YouTube, now I'm thinking I'm gonna go live on YouTube. YouTube was like, you need 1,000 followers.
I was about to say you
And
need to
I
have
was like,
1,000 followers. You need
so many subscribers. It's like,
no. It's not even about the subscribers either. Actually, it is. You got to have 1,000 subscribers. You got to have 4,000 minutes of watch time. You
Wow.
and those are the two things before they will
Mm-hmm.
even consider making you go live. So I mean, it's real interesting, but
Yeah. Yeah. So for those who are actually, because my son, and this is, I'm going to share this interview with him. My son wants to, my oldest son, when I asked him what he wants to do with his life, and he says, I want to be a YouTuber. He said this years ago. He was a kid. I mean, he's still a kid to me. He's 18 now, but he said, I want to be a YouTuber. And I'm like, well, what is a YouTuber? Because he plays games, video games, and things like that. And he's like, Ma. So he showed me, because even last night he was sending me stuff, and I'm supporting his vision. And I'm just like, well, what is this? You know, I went on YouTube back in the day just to watch music. See, I was watching YouTube when they was just having music videos on there where you could just watch.
right.
That's it. This wasn't a thing when you know, back in the dinosaur age. So for those who are trying to build their network, trying to build their followers and subscribers, what can they do? What do they do?
Um, honestly, I would say this: if you have something that you want to share with people, and you know that there is an audience out there for what you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
share that.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
have something to say, and see, the thing is, it's like you have to be interesting.
Right.
You have to keep the people. You have to keep the people mind engaged, and you got to keep them. You know, like, okay, well, what's coming on? Like a lot of people, you see, they feel like, well, if I jump on the internet, I'm gonna become famous. That's not how this works. That's not
It's a
how this
whole
works.
thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
So, and then like
Um,
even in becoming, even in getting on YouTube, it's like you always have to keep being innovative and doing something. If not, you're gonna always have people that's just like, okay, or then they may subscribe to you, but then they may never come watch you, or you know, they may unsubscribe. So you always got to be doing something that keeps their attention. It's this is basically entertainment.
talk.
This is all entertainment. This is.
I'm glad
I
you
don't care
said
what
that.
people say or how they do. Um, I don't care how they put it, what they do. This is entertainment. In essence, um, wow. In essence, this is your TV show. This is your channel.
Right.
This is um, people are sending me stuff at the same time, and I'm just like, oh my god.
We gonna get
Oh,
into all that. Keep sending it to him, honey. Keep sending it to him because we gonna get into all of that. This is
are
great.
they? It's a profit or a
It's
profit
juicy.
on
I
right now.
know. I know. We gonna hold that.
Honey, he out here sending
Hold
people dingling pictures and cano. I'm just like, good lord.
that thought. 2020, baby, the year of clarity, honey. It's going down. Okay, come on. Let's get back. Let's get
Go
back.
ahead.
Let's get back. It's a TV show, and
It's your TV show, and you have to make sure that whatever you are putting before the people is entertaining. Like I mean,
mm-hmm.
like for me, I'm in the church political world and entertainment. And so it has to be something that's entertaining. Like the people got to be like here. If not, you know, it's gonna always be like, all right, what is he talking about today? No, it's
Mm-hmm.
what people do now is I'm their source of entertainment. People they'll come trying to drag me,
Right,
and I just be looking like, baby, you can never drag me.
baby.
Baby, I will lay into you. I don't even know
Speaking
you.
speaking of entertainment and dragging, um, who are some of your favorite YouTube, or maybe, well, I'm quite sure there's different platforms of blogging, but who are some of your, let's deal with just YouTube. Who are some of your favorite YouTube and Facebook bloggers, and then some of your adversaries, if you will? Let me play devil advocate real quick. You knew it was coming.
Well,
let's just deal with the favorite.
I don't know.
Maybe not your favorite, but maybe those whose work that you can respect and admire. Let's do it. Let's say it that way.
So, I don't know if I really have like some people that are like favorites that I like go to watch all the time, because you know how you just so busy working. Like I can go on my YouTube now and I can stroll and I just be like, okay. But when I go and look at my subscriptions over the years, I've subscribed to so many, it's hard to really keep up. I remember for a point in time, I used to watch this couple named Domo and Christy. I mean, mind you, I was in a relationship too, and so I would do my relationship videos, post them, and all of that. But you know, this is kind of like somewhere else. So it was like Domo and Chrissy, and Diaria and Ken, another couple. I really wasn't into the commentators. Like I wasn't into the commentators. Oh, I do like Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
I like his view.
I love him.
It's Trevor Noah. I like John Murray. I would watch him from time to time. I didn't even know he had a YouTube until recently. But I would watch his stuff. And it's just, I think maybe a few other people that I pick up, and I follow them on Instagram as well. But, you know, one thing I have learned, and I hope maybe some of my adversaries are watching, and that is this. When you're on social media and on period,
right.
One thing you have to understand is everybody is covering stories. Everybody is covering stories. And it does not matter who, what, where, when, or why. Everybody's covering stories. So you can't be like, oh, I'm better than them. I'm better than them. Or I'm better than them. Everybody's doing the same thing. Okay, one day, you're going to have 1,000 people on. That doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. You just have numbers. The one thing my sister has always told me that is, Mario, these numbers don't mean anything. Because some people with you today,
they don't.
And they'll be gone tomorrow.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
Now,
that's
ironically, both of us come from the same world, you know.
Right.
We are out of the Church of God in Christ.
Come on.
And we have so many stories that come out of our church. It is absolutely crazy. And as I try to tell people all the time, and that is that these are not made up stories. These are facts. This is stuff that happens. And I went through a season where people were very upset because I was speaking. But see, God has a way of bringing things all the way full circle. How is it that we want to have things on a hush hush, but this is going on? You can't pray abuse away. You can't pray molestation away. You can't pray a husband cheating on his wife. These are actual life events. And me personally, I don't go searching for these things. They just happen.
Come on.
And for people like me, I don't sit out here and say, oh my God, that's so cheating on his wife. Let's go talk about it. Like some stuff, you gotta like weigh it out. Like, is this really, worth talking about? Like, I mean, is this really that? And I do that a lot of times because it's just like, is this really worth my time? Because like he
Right.
ain't gonna be the first person to cheat, and he ain't gonna be the last. That part.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just take a minute to just speak to some of our viewers here. We have Deb Luva. She says, I'm here. We have Daniel Austin who is waving. Hey, Danielle. Then we have Miss Miko who sent us a pink heart. Hey, Miss Miko. Sonia Johnson said, hey, y'all. Hey, Sonia Johnson. And then Deb Luva, I guess, was speaking to Miko with the pink hearts. So, hey, you guys, thank you all for joining us again. King Jives, this Church of God in the Crisis. You are an elder in the church, correct?
I am an elder in the church, in the Lord's church.
In the Lord's church, in that grand old church. You can't be you can't join in.
Yeah, how do you know they changed the name of the song? They said instead of you can't be born, you gotta be joined in.
You can't
Well, you
join in, you
can't
gotta be
join in,
born
you
in.
gotta be born in. They changed it to where God appointed, where God anointed. This is the church.
That's the new anthem.
Yeah, that's the new anthem. They changed it a couple years ago.
I missed that one. I missed that one. How do you handle? And for those of you all who have not watched Demario or King Jives, any of his stories before, or you are not familiar with him, he is an anointed vessel of the Lord. Okay. His message is clear, concise, and precise. He loves the Lord, and he gonna cuss a little bit. I love your ministry because you give us the word. He will give, like, if you had a church, I will be your church mother. I'm not even old enough to be your church mother yet, but I will support you to the full. If you had a church building, because you have a church, if you had a church building like your ministry, and I call it a ministry, and people say, "Oh, he ain't no minister, he ain't this, he cuss, he doing this, that, and the third." Baby, you are precise, you are on point. If you watch his shows, he gonna give you the word and cuss you out at the same time. He keeps it completely 1002 funky, and I love it. And I think that is what is missing from the church. The church has changed so drastically. It has become a safe haven for foolishness, absolute foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely.
not, it's everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, everything has changed, but the church has become this. There, I have heard more stories this year alone. I mean, I'm not gonna call any names, but from people cheating on their wives to beating their wives. And then, you know what? When I started watching you, you were covering, and I'm gonna say his name because he's just ridiculous. What's that little boy with the golden mic? Oh my God. Um, he got
Joshua
all these
Holmes.
women. That one. I don't know how I came across. No. This is some real stuff. I don't know how I came across, and I'm not speaking against him as a person. I'm speaking against the foolishness that I have seen. Um, all of his it's when I saw him, I don't know how I came across him on Facebook, but somehow he came up in my time feed, and so I clicked on it, and it probably had something to do with Periscope, something like that. But I was noticing how all of these different women had his last name. And I was like, what is going on? And I began to follow him and follow his movement. I subscribed to him on Periscope when Periscope was the thing. Periscope is so ridiculous now. Oh my God. But I subscribed to him on
What's
Periscope.
going
I
on with
subscribed to him on
Periscope?
Facebook. Huh?
What's going on with Periscope now?
Periscope, like you can turn, like Periscope, you turn on Periscope and people are like masturbating on Periscope. Like it's penises and vaginas as soon as you open the thing on Periscope. Like, it's gotten really, really ridiculous and really, really,
Oh,
really, really, really raunchy. And it's so disheartening because honestly, Periscope was one of the, if not the original, live streaming app, if I'm not mistaken. I was very impressed with Periscope in like 2013, 2014 when I discovered Periscope. And it's so crazy because when I was showing my ex-boyfriend then about Periscope, I'm like, look, this is a live feed. Like, look, I went live and I was whatever, and people were talking to me, and he
it
was
was
like, oh, this
social
is weird.
cam.
Social cam? Okay. Well, for me, it was Periscope. That was my first introduction to live streaming and viewing or whatever. And it's so funny because in 2000, and this is just 6 years ago. 6 years ago, he was like, "Oh, that's weird. I don't like people looking at us. I don't like people seeing us, and we can't see them." And now in 20 and the 20, everybody's going live. We're going live. You understand what I'm saying? So Periscope now is just so, it's just ridiculous. But getting back to Sheila Simmons says, I haven't used Periscope in years. Wow, I know, right? Um, but Joshua Holmes, you were covering that whole situation. And I was like, are people really falling for this? Are people really, the man has a golden mic, and understand, baby, get down how you live. I cannot and will not ever knock your hustle. But I think when you play, but I have a problem with when you play with people of God, when you play with people, because you're playing with people's lives, you're playing with people's souls, you're playing with
Right.
people's emotions. You know what I'm saying? And how dare you take people who are really believing in you, people who are really have real circumstances and real things going on in their lives, and they really are following you and they're looking at you. One reason why I haven't, people say, oh, you accept the call on your life. Yeah, okay, whatever. But one reason why I desire not to really go into ministry full time, because baby, I can preach the house down. Okay? I can do that. That's what we do. I come from that type of family. But
Right.
I don't want to be responsible for people's lives. I don't want to be responsible for your soul. You know what I'm saying? And I cannot believe that there are people that are actually playing on the people of God. And woe be it unto you. Because you're gonna have to answer for that. And I tell people all the time, if I was a dirty beer, I'd be a rich beer. Because I can prostitute my gift the same way you're prostituting yours.
Exactly.
And somebody gonna have to answer for this stuff. Somebody's gonna have to pay. And it's not too many things. It's not too many things that I'm scared of. It's not too many things and I'm not afraid of God, but I respect that entity. And how dare you people? How dare you? How
I
dare you?
feel like, honestly, with all of this, I feel like, and I just did a live before I came on earlier, and I just talked about the game. Um,
Come on.
honestly, all of this is a game. You either play into it or you find another board to play on, and you go there. A lot of people are into getting over on people, making a fool out of the people by any means necessary, and it's really sad. But this honestly is what it is, and I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like, you know, if you really truly believe in God, the Creator,
Mm-hmm.
God, whatever you choose to
Mm-hmm.
call it, if you really believe in Him, why is it that it's like all of this stuff is going on and nobody has the fear or reverence for who
Of
you say you
God.
serve?
Of God.
Right.
And that and it has become so disrespectful to the body of Christ in it within itself. Okay, yeah, we have the preachers that mishandle money. Okay, We have those who are, people do things, and the thing about it is that everyone is human. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do things that are not correct. But when you
and constantly,
consciously, and consistently, and constantly doing this, I have big kahunas, but my kahunas are not that big. I cannot do it. I can't do it. And people are going, they're gonna pay. Your stories, how do you get them? Do you, like you said, you don't go out searching them? Do people send you things? Do you see things on the internet and then you go after it? How does that work?
well, I'll give it to you like this. Perfect example. I just got a story in my inbox about a preacher. I guess he says he's not. I'm so sick of these. I'm not gay, but you sending dick pictures to other men. I'm just like, oh. I'm like, good Lord. Listen, people send me things, and honestly, I see it, and like what I got, I could inbox the person and be like, hey, bro, I'm not sure what's going on. But see, I've done that before. I've done that before. And it's like, man, like, look, yo, like, I think me coming to you as a person to say, hey, this is out here. I think you might need to go and get this together. But see, people get in their feelings. They get in their feelings. And then it's just like, why are you saying this to me? And I'm like, you know what? I could just drag you. I really could just drag you. But at the same time, it's just like, maybe this is a whole publicity stunt. Because some people do. Like that whole situation with Matthew Stevenson and that little boy. This could all be a publicity stunt so that you can be more known or whatever. But I'm just like,
And the thing about it is that I don't have a problem with homosexuals. Get down how you live. I don't have a problem with homosexual pastors. Get down how you live. I'm going to keep it funky because God uses any and everybody. How come he can't use that person or whatever? But the problem that I do have are the ones who are married and undercover, or married and their women know, because we have some of those too, or just or married and see, there's a difference between homosexuality and pedophilia. Those, you could be a homosexual, but why you got to mess with the kids? Why you got to mess with the babies? Why you got to turn these young influential boys out?
Or it's not even that. It's just because it's some of them, they mess with the boys and the girls. It's some of them that, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Nobody's going to say them because, oh, he was messing with a young lady. Okay, well, see, either way it go, if you're a pastor, I want you to stay the pastor. I don't want you to be the pastor that's messing around with people's children. I don't want you to be the pastor that's touching little boys. I want you to be the pastor that's touching little girls. Be the pastor. You're the spiritual leader. What is the problem?
Come on.
Like, you the one took that call.
Come on.
You the one took that call. And if you listen, and I give passes. Okay, let me make sure I make this sense. Make sense. I'll give a pass to a single man that just so happens to be dating one person and then ends up sleeping with another person. I'll give a pass to a single person like that. But when you got holes in different area codes, then that's a problem.
and talking to him on the phone with your okay.
I got a
That's a
problem
problem.
with now. I don't have an issue. Like I said, I don't have an issue with a single man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we all have needs. I get that. I don't have a problem with a single person, you know what I'm saying, that may just, you know, use some discipline and some decorum. But when you are out here just going buck wild, I'm like, okay, hey, bro, 1, 2 times, okay. But baby, you got a whole book.
A whole
And
book.
even if it's a female too, you got a whole book and you out here messing with young kids too. I can't get with it. I can't
I
get down
can't
with
do
it.
you. I cannot do you. There is a pastor in the city of Chicago who is actually not close to my family or my relatives, but close enough. You know what I mean? He preached my cousin's mother's funeral, but I remember, let me back up a little bit. I also have a problem with the people who know what's going on with these
And don't
pastors
say
and
anything.
these children, and they don't say anything, even to the point of their children or their relatives. And I'm bringing it on up. There's a pastor coming back to the same pastor who is considered one of my mother's. She considered him one of her godsons. You know, in the ministry, he's come to her church, tore the whole church up, preached her anniversary, preached my cousin's mother's funeral. And one of my little cousins told me, and I, at the time, when I think back on it now, because he was supposedly have mental issues, but he told me that this particular pastor approached him about a homosexual type of thing. And he was a kid. I don't even think my little cousin was 16 years old. And when I told his mother, so that same cousin who mother died, he preached her, she had to adopt these children. And so now she was his mother. She's his cousin by blood, but now she's his mother by adoption, whatever. And so when I told her, because I mentioned it to her, and I told her, I said, so and so said that Pastor so and so approached him about having a homosexual type thing. The first thing that came out her mouth was he lied. He lied. He lied. She did not even talk to him or even try to investigate the matter. You cannot come to me and tell me that this pastor tried to approach my son, or my son tells somebody else he doesn't trust me with information, tells somebody else, and I don't seek it out. I'm not gonna just accuse my son of lying and saying, "Oh, he lied because he got a mental issue." Maybe he got a problem because y'all
Everybody
messing with him,
want to make
or
some
he done
stuff up.
been messed with so many times. Hell yeah, if his daddy having sex with him and his mama having sex with him, of course he got a problem. So now, by the time the pastor come, this is normal. This is normal. This is it is what it is. Come on now, we gonna talk about it. 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 And it's too much of that shit going on in the church, and no one sees, and we see it, and we give these people a pass, and we keep going as like business as usual. Your ass gonna pay. Somebody gonna have to answer for this, because you should be able to come to church. I used to go when I was young. We remember the lock-ins. We used to have lock-ins on the weekend. We used to go skating. We had so much fun. And now you can't even. We used to go to church to have fun. We wore our black and white in the choir. We would hang out. We used to have fun at church. But now you cannot have fun. I wouldn't leave my son with none of you Negroes. He ride in the car. I'm riding in the car too.
That part.
You want him to do what? You want him to come with you over the weekend to do what? We all coming. Let me pack my bags too, because I don't trust none of you Negroes. If you and that's a shame when you can't trust people at church. You got church mothers licking cooler. Church mothers licking twala. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves. Church mothers licking twala. Can you imagine that? Your church mother approaching you to have a lesbian affair with you. I ain't got nothing against that. I don't have anything against lesbians either. But church mothers approaching little girls to lick their twala. Somebody gonna have to answer for this foolishness. And this is the reason why we have lost the youth. We have lost these kids. You can't tell these kids nothing about church. They ain't trying to hear it.
They don't want to hear nothing
They
because
not
it's
trying to hear.
like,
They don't want to hear nothing.
it's like, why would I go to church when this, that, and the third is going on? Why? You
Or
get what I'm
they
saying?
see
Why?
you. They see their parents. How they see their parents go to church. Their parents done been demons and devils all damn day, all week. And even on Sundays, they go to church, but they done cuss you out before they went to church, came home, and as they come back, they taking off their clothes, taking off their shoes, and talking about everybody in the church while they eating their fried chicken and collard greens, and cuss you out again on the way home. And then when they got home, and you want to tell them about Jesus, the devil is a lie.
No.
The devil is a lie. So they see your patterns. They see your hypocrisy. And because of the way these babies are today, they have the whole world in the palm of their hands with these phones. You can't tell these kids no BS. This you again? We switching? You want to switch out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My screen was freezing and everything. I'm sorry.
So that's fine. That's fine. Let's go to some of our comments here. I know we had a lot. Nay run that shit says she's late, but she's here. Sheila Seaman said, "Hi, Nay." Nay run that shit said, "Hey, Miss Sheila." Deshonda says they take that something shouldn't be named among the brethren way too far. Yes, it should. Call the jokers to the carpet. That's true. Sheila Simmons said exactly. Deshonda came back and said that part. Deshonda said, and they will smooth tell you were to put church. Child, these kids don't care nothing for it. They will smooth tell you where to put church. I get it. And Yvette Jackson said, "Hi, Jabs Nation." Hey, Yvette. Jobs, let's talk about some of the backlash that you have received from some of your stories. Have you received any threats? Have you received any clapbacks? Have you received any public humiliation?
Well, honestly, I always get clapbacks. I think people really now they take what I say serious because they know I don't have a reason to sit out here and make this stuff up. Every other day, put that on 10. Excuse me. Put it on 10. Or turn it off. Sorry.
That's okay.
With everything that's going
on. Sit back talking.
With everything that's going on, it's like people see this stuff. You can't ignore. You cannot ignore the fact that Reverend Billy Bob Thornton is out here lusting and salivating on the church and then carrying on, or he's sleeping around on his wife. You cannot ignore those things. Like that's really out here happening. That's really happening. And if you know it to be true and it's happened more than once, it's like, so y'all not gonna say nothing about this? Y'all not gonna deal with this? Okay, for example, yeah, I have gotten a lot of clapback. I have a lot of people that tell me that they tell me, oh, leave John Gray alone. He's a man. The Bible say, touch not mine anointed. And I quickly, smoothly tell them, you can save that mess with touch not mine anointed. Who's to say that he is God's anointed? Who? Who is to say? Because first of all, let me just say this, and I mean this with all sincerity of heart. If
Mm-hmm.
you truly are God's anointed, I don't care what you
Mm-hmm.
are, I don't care who you are, I don't care whatever. If you truly are God's anointed, there comes a responsibility with being a
Yes.
chosen vessel of God.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
telling me that,
Yes.
okay, you're God's anointed and you get to make him look ashamed?
Yes.
Are you telling me that you
Yes.
are God's anointed and you get to
Mm-hmm.
be out here doing the devilment?
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that that's okay? Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, we ain't gonna have no mess ups here or there or
Come
whatever the
on.
case may
You
be.
have hiccups
I'm not saying that, but every other day, every
every
day,
other day. Every other day.
you got Joshua Holmes. You mean, sir,
Mm-hmm.
every day that you are cheating on your wife with
Mm-hmm.
girls that you say is your spiritual daughter? You cheating on your wife?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a man
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
Texas that's sliding you that Jamaican dick. I'm just trying to figure out like what's the problem. You know, you can slid me.
And I have
Go ahead.
and twice and it's the people that you're naming, um Matthew Stevenson. I visited his church before, and I went to his church twice. And you know how maybe every 5 to 10 years, you have this phenomena, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody started. If it was one point where everybody was going to Apostle Daniel Wilson church, and then everybody was going to Pastor Meek's church, and then everybody was going to Pastor Campbell church, and then everybody was flocking to I can't think of the name, Bill Winston. Everybody was
Yeah.
flocking over here. They I call them flockers. And Matthew Stevenson had become that his church had become one of those hubs where a lot of people were just like he was this phenomenon that had come across in the city of Chicago. And I went to a couple of his services, and I found them to be, I mean, I'm in theater, film, and television. I found them to be very, very dramatic. Not saying that it wasn't anointed, not saying that the service wasn't whatever, because it was, and I mean jam packed from the front to the back. And I have nothing against Matthew Stevenson. I'm not in his bedroom, whatever. But it was just something that did not resonate with my spirit. I could not put my finger on it. I couldn't put my hands on it, but I was like, he got a good message. I was like, he got a good message. He knows his word. He does this and the third, whatever. But it's something.
Hang on.
And I'm not going to put anything on him, or because I've seen things, but whatever. But I noticed that all the boys, all the gay guys, all all the boys, and
The
these are
daughter,
known homosexuals, the
the
daughters,
daughter.
whatever. All the little gay guys, all the little theater, theatrical film, all the little gay homies was flocking to his church, like they
Oh,
flocked to Pastor Campbell's church.
it's not only his church. I mean,
Yeah.
John Hannah's church. Um, I mean, of course they're going to be over there at Campbell's church, but Campbell is Camp. See, the thing with Campbell is, they talk about Campbell because they say Campbell's a hoe. But see, Campbell is an old man. You know, he's an old pimp. So you got the old cat daddies over there. You know what I'm saying? You got the old cat daddies over there. They talked about Campbell
This
because
Campbell now. Yeah.
they talked about Campbell because he divorced his wife and married Lori. She's a sweet woman. I love Lori. I love Lady.
Right.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
by him,
Yeah. And
in the church they do the same thing.
Come on. And I remember when that happened, because his sister was in Chicago. Like I said, my family, my relatives, they're a church family, whatever. So his sister was my music teacher. And I remember when that happened, how he lost so many members in his church, up to and including his own family.
Yep.
And they all flocked over there. They all went over there to Bishop Ellis. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, John Gray. I have seen I've seen some of his services. And I remember the first time that happened with his wife last year. Well, maybe it wasn't the first time, but when I came to know about it.
I don't believe that was the first time, but I believe publicly that was one of the first times that they came about.
And I remember I was last year old when I came across that story. And I remember his wife, and she was on stage and she was just like, I'm not going to lose my husband, or you think I'm gonna let you take my husband because you spoke to a 16-year-old part of him and all that. And I was like, yes, baby, go for it. Oh, show the world how marriages have problems and y'all stay together. Because even for me as a woman, cheating is not, for me, and this ain't for everybody, for me, cheating is not the end game for me. Cheating is not a deal breaker for me.
It's a problem.
You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. We're going to talk about it. But do you? I'm not going to leave my man for cheating. I will never leave my man for cheating, for having another woman. I promise you. And I know someone like, girl, you crazy. Okay, well, whatever. Some women can, it's about what you can deal with. It's about what you can, whatever. But when he doubled back on her, the second time that we know of. And to me, what really bothered me about it this time was the disrespect, the public disrespect that he had, and he involved his son. You on FaceTime with your woman, with my son in the back seat, and you talking about I don't cook for you with another woman? How dare you? How dare you? And how dumb can you be? How dumb can you be if you are in the public? You are in the public. You've been accused of cheating before. You gonna double back and do stupid stuff with the phone and I love your facial expression. You gonna double back with the phone, and people can record. I was that weeks old when I found out. Oh, so I can record FaceTimes. You're sending text messages. One thing my mother taught me, she always taught me, she said, if you're going to do something, you never put it in writing. Because when you put it in writing, they got you. And I never put anything in writing that I can't back up, that I don't want to be known. If I got something to say to somebody, I'm going to call you and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But even with a phone call, people can record those, whatever. But to text something, to email, to send pics, and let me show you something else. It's always these men. If John Gray's wife would have done that, baby, the whole church would have been towed up. Whole church would have been towed up. But because these men wear these breeches, they got these pants on, it's forgiven. Y'all forgive them quicker than y'all do women.
Well, that's somebody.
What's his name? Pastor Long, we saw the text messages. We saw the pictures that Pastor Eddie Long was sending to them little boys.
Well,
And what
wait.
did we say?
They weren't little boys. They were teenagers.
Well,
But either way it go,
teenagers. My sons are teenagers. I wish some funky 40, 50-year-old man would approach them.
now this is what I want to say, Kay. Now, we don't see a lot of this going on with the women, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because we're
We don't.
smarter.
Women are
We
very
cheat
smart.
better.
You're not going to catch a lot of women doing this. You get what I'm saying? There are a lot of women that are in full-on
Entanglements.
lesbian
They're in
full-on-
lesbian entanglements.
But I'm gonna tell you this: we did not know about Yvette Flonder until years later. We did not know about her and Mother Miller until years later. See, women know how to just handle stuff and put things out there. These men
Yes, we do.
are sloppy. Okay, how you put it? They're sloppy. And it's like
Sloppy. Go ahead.
If you're gonna do something, I was always told this, okay. I was always told this. If you're gonna see him, be a smart sinner. Be smart. If you're gonna
If
go
you're
out
gonna,
here,
if you're gonna do something,
if you're gonna go out here and have sex, be smart. Use a condom. Why would you go out here and have sex on your wife, and then 9 months later, oh baby, I gotta tell you something. My first thing is, if that was to happen to me, is now I can, like you said, Kay, you know, well, I ain't gonna say me. I can understand you cheating. I could get that. But you couldn't have been smart.
about
You
your
couldn't use a
cheating.
condom. See, because cheating
Yeah.
is one thing. Cheating is one thing. But to cheat on me, and now I gotta look at your disrespect for me for the rest of my
And your
life.
indiscretion for the rest of my life. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna have a
I
conversation.
feel like, I'm sorry, guys, here's what too. I feel like, hey, at the end of the day, if you don't have enough respect for me to, even if you did cheat on me, you don't have enough respect for me to use protection. See, because this scenario can go multiple ways. You can cheat on me and bring a baby home. You can cheat on me and bring a disease home. These are problems. And nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to talk about this. But see, I think people feel like people are supposed to be forgiving. People just love me anyways. Oh, I'm the man of God. God forgives me. Listen, I don't know. Like, y'all supposed to play with God and think God is a fool or whatever the case may be. I'm not here for it. If that's how y'all choose to live, that's how you choose to live. I won't be coming to your church. Because if you come talking to me, talk about, Doc, can you come over to my church, Doc? I'm gonna be like, Doc, bitch, fuck you. Period. I'm not here for it.
Come on,
I'm not here for it, because I feel like when it come down to a lot of these preachers, especially these male preachers, it's like y'all don't have enough respect. Like this man, I just did a story on his wife. This man sat there, not only beat his wife, poisoned his wife, and then put her in a nursing home.
And
Sir,
she didn't see her family for like 3 years.
And couldn't find her for 3 years. The family couldn't find her. Sir, what are you going to preach
for 3 years?
Me. What you finna say to me? Oh, God is a forgiving God. Oh, I
what
know
you finna
God.
say?
I know
What
God's a
you finna
forgiving God.
say?
I know He's a forgiving God. But see, sir, you have blatantly lied to the congregation.
You did it on purpose. On
You
purpose. You
on
did it
purpose
consciously.
with no
Right.
regard
That's not a
for,
mistake.
yes, no regard for us, no regard for the family, no regard for her son. You both son, and the son's probably like, oh yeah, mommy's at home. Oh, mom, where's mommy at? Oh, mommy's not feeling well. Don't go in there going by. Like, how do you hide this type of stuff
How do you do
for
that?
3 years? How do
For
you do
three
that?
years. For
How?
3 years. And some of these, and these are crimes. These pastors are committing crimes.
Crime.
That right there, that is a whole serial killer lifetime movie event. Let me write that down because I might just write the script. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? That's the
Right.
whole lifetime. Some of the things that I'm hearing and seeing, is like it's TV. The hell with TV. I don't have to
Let me
cut
tell
my
you,
television on.
Now we've
For
had
what?
conversation. We've had conversation outside of this. And I'm gonna tell you this
Yeah.
right here. In covering what we cover, we have enough work. I'm gonna just leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. We have enough work. No if
Enough.
no
Enough.
ifs, ands, and buts. Like you and I could get a deal right now, and we will be busy for the next 10 years. I could get a deal right now. I'd be like, I need Kay to come on. Kay, can you come on? I need you to. You're gonna be one of my writers. You might be the only writer. Come on, because I need you to. Yeah, because we got to talk about this. We got preachers. We got preachers that's sleeping with transgenders and out here prophesying. We'll go to microphones. You got preachers that's out here taking pictures with young men in the church and getting mad at vloggers because they talking about it. I mean, all kinds of things, and it's like, don't get mad at me. I am just
You
clearly
did
the
it.
messenger to
You
say,
did it.
nigga, do you see this? Wait a minute, hold on. Not only that, Kay, this Negro got in the pulpit and said, if I hear about this picture again, I'm gonna chin check you, bitch. You really big man? You really big mad about that picture? And and the boy still got the picture up. You still got the picture up.
Big mad.
Really? You big mad about a picture, but you let your little boyfriend keep the picture up. So who you really want to be mad at, me or him?
You took the picture. Let me tell you 2 things that disturbed me so, and I said, Jesus, if you're not on your way, can you please be on your way?
Quickly.
2 things. One of the things that bothered me, that got to me, was there was the pastor who was performing oral sex on the lady in the choir member, and she took a picture of him and tweeted it.
Wait, no, he didn't.
That was one thing that bothered my soul.
Okay, that was the video.
And was it a video? Yeah. And posted it. And then another thing was the 2 men having sex in the father's chair at church.
Yes. That's it.
And I was just like, again, you are purposely, and these women, you know what I'm saying? These women, these girls, these boys, whatever, whoever you dealing with, how do you do what you do as well? Now he's wrong as 2 left shoes, but now here you come clout chasing And sometimes some women or some people get into these entanglements on purpose just for your demise. And you so damn dumb that you don't even see the setup when it's the setup. You don't
Well,
even see that.
right here. So I happened to do an interview with the young man that was
Which
friend.
one? Okay.
I did an interview with the young man that was friends, good friends, with the young man who was getting head in the daddy's chair.
In the daddy's chair? Really?
I interview now, mind you, I did the interview. His response was, well, we don't really believe in God or anything. We don't really, deem these houses of worship. I was like, you may not deem it as a house of worship, but these people do.
Right. And I'm sure your daddy does.
It's like me. If I come to your house and this is really far, and I just pee all on the walls. Well, I don't respect your house. I mean, I know it's your house, but it's just a house. It's a building. This is somebody else's property. Certain things a lot of stuff
my nigga.
A lot of stuff you just should not
you
be doing.
You just don't do.
But
you don't do.
They felt that they were right in what they did. And, they was like, well, now the boy is being ostracized. He's been disowned by his dad. And I said, I don't feel bad.
I don't
feel bad because, like, look at the decision that you made.
Yeah. Come on.
You made a choice and a decision, and people researched. People researched who that man's father was, who was actually son. He was the pastor's son. And I called him. And his father got a lot of backlash behind that.
Yes. Let me tell you, this lady, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
This lady, a couple of years ago, I was living in Madison, Wisconsin, and this lady put out a very hurtful, terrible article about someone that I care about. And I didn't know about it until she sent it to my inbox. So what she did was she wrote the article, she put it, and she sent it to like all of his friends or whatever. She sent it to all whoever was his friends, she sent to all their inboxes. And when I read the article, and the thing about it is that most people, when they see something, a lot of people love gossip. People, if it's juicy, they love it, honey, and they gonna talk about it.
They do.
Not only did she write an article about him, she turned around and wrote an article about his father, who is major in these churches of God in Christ. But when she sent me the article, I'm like, hold on. If you sent it to me, how many other people have you sent it to? And so she and I had a whole dialogue in the inbox. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? What are you doing? And I told her, even if this is true, you're spreading discord. You're spreading whatever. You sound like a woman scorned. I don't believe it to be true, but let's say for the sake of shits and giggles, it is. You're spreading discord. You didn't just go after him. Go after him. If he messed with you and you know he had with this man and he would ever go after him, that's all good. But to back your story up, now you gonna bring his dad into it? Boo-boo. I told her, I said, and then she turns around. Let me show you how some of these people are. She turned around and I said something to her. Probably, I was like, honey, I'm from Chicago. I'm gonna show you what it's really about. So then she turns around and she says, oh, well, maybe I'll write an article about Gangsta K Dixon and her being in the same. Now he's affiliated with gangsters. I said, let me tell you something, boo boo. You write one iota of a K or a D in any of your articles. You think you just because you got a fake profile picture and a fake whatever, baby, I will spend a bag to find out who you are. And I'm coming to Texas. I guarantee you. I'm not the one.
I was in
I don't know
Texas.
why
What's
all
going on,
you
folks in
people.
Texas?
She was from Texas. Or supposedly her profile was from Texas. But I told her, if I see a K or a D in any article that you write on my mama, I'm going to spin the bag to find out who you are. You think just because you're behind these computers and this internet that you're untouchable, baby? My sons can hack. My sons are hacked. My sons will find you. You better hope that somebody else in the street found you before they found you. Stop it. But I also find it so interesting how, like you said, people can do things and then get an attitude or get mad with you about reporting what they did. I have received so much backlash. I'm writing this book called the Wednesday Addams Complex, and it's about it says the psychological aftermath of childhood sexual abuse and trauma. Okay.
That's gonna be
And I have
interesting.
had, it's very interesting because my sexual abuse came from family members. It didn't come from outside. It didn't come from no neighbor. It came from relatives.
Wait a
Do
minute,
you
Kay.
know I had?
Wait a minute, Kay. Girl, you can't take me too fast, man.
I'm sorry. Do you know I have received so much backlash? I ain't even wrote the book yet. I just said I was gonna write. I wrote a little clip of it. If you go on my website, you'll see a little clip of it. Sheila Simmons says, "What is in the water in Texas?" Some bullshit. But I have received so much backlash. The cousins that did it, like one cousin was like, she literally called me like, "Don't put me in your book, girl. I don't know why you lying on me. I'm just gonna make it up. I didn't do it. You did it. You did it to me. Now you don't want me to tell my story? The nerve of you. People do things and then they don't want you to tell. It ain't about exposing. Then here they come with this one. Oh, this is gonna hurt the family. She's planning. This one retarded cousin texts my mom and says, oh, she's planning on talking about the family secrets and things of that nature, things that can destroy our family.
Well, what y'all did can destroy the family.
Excuse me? Destroy the goddamn family?
Excuse me, bitch.
Excuse me, boo-boo. You just found out how to get my $500,000 something dollars back in the bank that you stole, Miss Thing. Let me worry about destroying the family or not. People are insane with this shit. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Father
she
God.
Gonna destroy the family, telling people this, telling people that.
Father God.
It's not, and the thing about it is that it's not exposure. It's not exposure. I'm not doing it just because I got something against you. I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about you. It's all about me. One last question for you, Josh, because I know you're busy. You got to get out here. When things become personal, when people dig too far into you, I remember there was a situation where they were coming after one in your family, and even though I had just started following you, it was hurtful for me because it's just a hurtful situation. But when people come after you or when they dig into your stuff and they go after your family members and they not expose, I hate that word, but they talk about those things or they bring that up, how do you deal with that? how do you deal with that publicly? That's what I want to know. How do you deal with that publicly?
I'll say this. Dealing with this, I mean, this is not the first time, but it's like whatever it may be, if you're able to talk about it, talk about it. If not, just be quiet. I
Mm-hmm.
have out my family's situations before.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like at the same time, some people do certain stuff to try to hurt you, but you can't hurt me
Mm-hmm.
when I've already spoken my truth.
Oh, come on. Come
Me,
on.
when I've
Come
already
on.
shared the information.
Come
Because I
on.
right now that are out here doing the absolute most. And I'm
Come
like,
on.
you hurt me when I've already talked about y'all in these comments, y'all talk back. Shit. You can't hurt when I've already told my life. You know what I'm saying? So then what people do is they'll take what you say and flip it and spin it and do all
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And I'm just looking like, okay, so you really don't have nothing else to do. You really don't have nothing else to do. You just sitting out here with a bunch of bullshit and you out here bumping your gums and stuff and sleep better at night. You dusty bitch. You really that thirsty for goddamn clicks and views? Like, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
understand stuff.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, it's like
Yeah.
hurt me with my truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kate, like
Mm-hmm.
if Matthew was like, yeah, K this, K that, K that, K. Bitch, you can't hurt me with something that I've already told the world. If I told the world I
I
used to be
Man, I always say you don't have to wait for anybody to tell you about me. I'm gonna tell you about me. And I am the best teller. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Somebody else gonna tell you some
baby,
bullshit. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I mean, I got
You
people
can't
on.
hurt me.
Hey, I have people online right now. Yes, I got people online right now that feel so. They feel the need to just, oh, King Jives is this, King Jives, and I just be like, are you like uh the messenger bird or something? Like, cause
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand. Like, I mean, like, do you just need to like dig all in my information and tell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
my like, here's the thing, okay, I don't have a horrible past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
But
mean,
I do have one.
like I got a few tickets. I was arrested falsely for. I'll tell this one. I was arrested falsely for taking a check to the bank just to go get it verified ass to jail because it was one of them little scam checks and I didn't know it. And I took it. I said, "Can y'all verify this, please?" Because again, now hear the logic in this case because you may hear this.
Uh-huh.
If I get a check, I don't know where it came from. My
Mm-hmm.
responsibility is take this check to the bank and say, "Hey, can you all verify this? Because
Right.
I don't know who this is or anything, and I need to know if this is real. If it's not real,
Mm-hmm.
I can throw it away or you can throw it away. Period." Well,
Pick
they took
one.
my jail. Although I was
Mm-hmm.
charges was
Mm-hmm.
everything, they took my ass to jail. So you got people online
Mm-hmm.
who see this stuff online and they want to make up whole stories about it. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I had,
I did a
yeah.
I did a video earlier before I came on. And I was talking about, playing the game. And I was talking about, I said,
Mm-hmm.
people want to drag me because I have an OnlyFans. And I'm like, I'm only talking about
Honey.
boss. I'm only talking, and just showing my progression and everything. And you got people that's out here making up stories. I'm like, one thing that I've learned is I'm going to use your
Everything. Everything. Come
I'm
on.
going to use
Everything.
negativity and I'm going to throw it
Everything.
away. Do you hear?
Everything.
Because
Everything. I'm
you
to the
cannot,
fullest, to my advantage. Everything. Come on.
what you
Because even
can't do,
bad publicity is good publicity.
right. What you can't do is hurt me.
You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. And that's when you know, that's when you are completely free. See, a lot of people walking around here with these grudges on their shoulders and they can't say this and they can't talk about this, they can't do that. But when nothing can hurt you, I promise to God, I don't lose. Not I had the same when I was
Oh,
living in Madison, Wisconsin.
your video.
I had somebody that was working in the courthouse or whatever. And so one of these actors was a bartender. And I came to his bar before a show. I had a drink and I gave him my debit card. And my debit card, I go by K Dixon. Obviously, that's not my legal name, but my debit card had my legal name on it. And I remember him stopping and looking like, you know what I'm saying? And from that point on, he went and Googled. I didn't even know, like, I knew what Google was, but to even Google myself, who the hell? I don't, girl schmirls. But he Googled me and then gave my name to the other chick who worked at the courthouse and found out what? 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 I got pulled over. And use that. They did a whole, let me tell you, they did a whole show in Madison, Wisconsin. I didn't, all about me. The whole show was all about me and thought it was so hurtful and it was funny or whatever. And at first, I wanted to feel some type of way about it. It was like my first bouts of public shame. I didn't give two rats' ass about that bullshit. I didn't lose one iota of a millisecond of sleep. Matter of fact, it just showed me how powerful I am as a person. Let me tell you something. That you would take the time out of your busy schedule to find out who the hell I am. I promise you, I don't Google shit or anybody. I don't dig that deep. You know why? Because I don't have time and you're not that important. You're not that important to me. But it really showed me I was the one with the I'm the cool kid on the block. You took time out of your busy schedule to find about me, boo-boo. And where are you? You still in Madison, Wisconsin. Since then, you're still in Madison, Wisconsin, working at the bar, tooting cocaine, acting a fool. And well, we know what happened to me. And 10 years later, here I am.
This is where I am with it, Kat. This where I am with it. It doesn't matter what you think you're doing. It really doesn't. Mm-hmm. Because I've learned to take the negativity that people try to do and make the best of it.
Yes.
I used to be upset about all those things. I don't care about somebody saying that I'd sold my mama. I don't care about that because I know the truth. Mm-hmm. If you really read the records, you will find out what was said and what was not said. Mm-hmm. Since people are wanting online reading transcripts, why would you pay money to read a court transcript on somebody? Like you're really
you say that you don't like, that you really don't care about.
You really are that invested in me like that.
Come on. Now,
Okay,
when you, oh Jesus.
here's the thing, Kay. In my situation with Larry and Conscious, I have never been that in hating anybody. I didn't hate Conscious. I may not have liked Larry Reed. But in those times that there was, you know what I'm saying, disagreements, I'm not trying to dig up this man's court records. It's not that serious. Like
It's
what
not. It's
what
not.
you did don't make me what you did don't make me shit. Like I don't give a fuck, sir. I don't care, you know? But some people they get a hard on for talking about you.
Yes. Yes. It thrills them. It thrills them. Let me tell you. And let's go to the comments for a little bit too, because I don't want to miss these. Deshonda says, "Oh my God, we just talked about Wednesday Addams in one of my sessions I do with kids. This is crazy. I can't wait to read it. We often use dark characters to explain feelings and emotions. And Deshonda, you can go on my website. There are little clips in my blog. I have a little clip of that particular story that I'm writing. Thank you so much." Then she also says, "Right, using your history as news. Sir, ma'am, it's history. We already know that." Amen. And then she comes back and say, "Just late and delayed, like find something else to do." And that's the truth. I was at a funeral a couple of weeks ago, or about a month or so ago, and this same, and it seems like I'm talking about her a lot, and I'm gonna stop doing that shit too. But this woman is preaching a funeral. My cousin died. Okay? My cousin died. We are at his funeral. My children and I walked in late. You know, we always late. My daughter, she's a fashionista, so we late. And at the end of her sermon, she says, and you know, we gotta love one another. We gotta come together as a family. We gotta do this. This is how she looked. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. We gotta come together as a family. And
Okay, you know you muted your mic.
yeah, I'm sorry.
What you
Just don't
say?
give me your banking information. She was like, yeah, we gotta come together as a family. We gotta do this, that, and the third. And you know, cause it's foolishness. That's how she looked. But just don't give me your banking information. Bitch. Why would you say that at this man's funeral?
What does she mean by that?
This is the cousin that did the bank fraud with Fifth Third Bank, right? So she's telling the whole family that I'm crazy, I made it up, blah, 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 even though I have evidence. It's a whole shit show. Even though I have evidence, my lawyers are coming after her. She thinks it's not because it's been a couple of years or whatever. And I ain't said nothing else about it. I put my lawyers on it. I'm done with it. You know, just get it all out, because when you go to prison, you're going to prison. But she, you know, has told the whole family, because she's a minister, again, because she's a prophetess. Again, you know, the family go along with her bullshit, and just, you know, whatever. But she's a complete and utter fraud, and she got fired from her job. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm not going to give her too much. This bitch got too much airtime on my show. Anyway, she says she makes the reference to me at this man's funeral. What? And then again, no one in the family says anything. Nobody says shit. People can get away with just bullshit and act a fool, and don't nobody say nothing. If I would have said half of what she said, oh my God, it would have been terrible. Just whatever. She said this at this man's funeral. The man is dead. I said all that to say, She made me the most important person in the room. And it's dangerous to make Kay Dixon the most important person in the room because she gonna act a fool. I said all of that to say people take the time out of their schedule. They take the time out of their day to make you important and to make you relevant. And I think that's just really, I don't know. That's just, it's amazing to me. Let's go to these comments and then we're gonna let you all get up out of here. We've been on here for a minute, and I know Jobs is busy. He got stuff to do. It's Friday. I know y'all want to get into it, but Bertrand Todd III said that be them messy people. Amen. Then he comes back and says there's a time and place for everything. That's the truth. And class is something that cannot be taught.
That part.
Or bought. Class is something that you just have to have.
You gotta
that
have
was
it.
the tacky, you gotta have it and you enhance it. That was the tackiest piece of shit. And even for her to stoop that low, for her, with her, let's ask you this, Demario. Even for this, I promise you, even for this, that was a low blow for even you, even for her. So, anywho, I have enjoyed this afternoon. I think we have accomplished everything that we said we was going to accomplish. I love you. I have to say that it started out as me talking to you. Nay, Nay said, "Run that shit, Kay." I am Nay. Hey, boo, I love you. Run that shit, Kay.
Kay, what I want you to do is, since we're talking about abuse, I know we're doing a session on. We may do it Wednesday next week, because I'm having the girls come on. We're talking about abuse, mental abuse, and suicide and stuff. And also, next week we're actually in October. We're talking about domestic violence.
Domestic violence. Mm-hmm.
I would love for you to come on, if you can, and talk about,
Oh, of course I can.
And I know we were supposed to do a show today, and we were actually supposed to do a show later on this evening. But I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, I have been so busy just doing shows, and I pop on Facebook because Facebook is just where I go just to pop shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, be able to just pop my gums. But I've done so much work.
Yeah.
I've done so much work. Now I just want movies.
Come on.
I ain't saying. I just want to make movies. I
am the person for that.
I have
That's it.
Half a lifetime helping people, and and I said this earlier. As a vlogger, there's so much that you could do. I can't save you. I can't rescue you. I can point you in the right direction. I can let my light be a light. Myself be to bring you. I can't bring these people to justice. I can't arrest these people. I can only bring awareness to this.
Right.
It is so sad because in all of my tenure talking about all of this stuff, I sit back and I see the church do nothing.
Nothing.
Every child.
Nothing.
And every child that's been involved in sex trafficking, the church has said nothing. Every first lady used, battered, raped, hurt, whatever, the church has said nothing. When it came down to that young man in Chicago that was killed, he was walking in the middle of the streets. and I guess he was high on meth or something. The church said
Laquan,
yes,
nothing.
nothing.
Laquan
But
McDonald, yeah, nothing.
they want you to bring the body to the church. You know.
Nothing.
So again,
Even
like I
the situation, excuse me, I'm sorry. Even the situation with this, it's another boy that was a young guy, Latrell Allen, I think, and that is something that has caused me to want to care and want to do. Shot at by the police. He has $1 million bond, $1 million bond, which means he needs $100,000 to get out. And I think I have to look at his case, but I think that he needed a certain amount by a certain time, or else he was not going to have a bond. And I pray to God that I have not missed that, because there's something I want to do. But I have not heard not one police officer. I think you and I talked about it. I have not heard one pastor. I have not heard one minister. I have not heard one anybody. I'm not just gonna put it all on the pastors and the preachers, because they ain't got, they not here to save the world either. But I have heard not one public official address this, up to and including our mayor, who I cannot, but up to and including that. This boy has $1 million bond because y'all said he shot at the police. But we have no body cam. And the thing about it is that these things are continuously happening, not only to the Black community, but majority of the time when we hear about it, I'm quite sure there is a lot of shit going on in the Asian community. There's a lot of shit going on with Hispanics and white people and everybody. But we're not going to hear about that. Why? Because the focus is on Black people and Black stories. And I feel this need to just, I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of it. Same Breonna Taylor, that whole thing with Breonna Taylor, and what we doing? We gonna march, we gonna come on Facebook, talk that bullshit, we gonna protest, and then what? And then what? And then what? She's still dead. And now they're saying that she was a drug dealer. I don't give a shit if she was selling 10 keys out her house every day.
Whoa.
To El Chapo in them.
Wait a minute now.
Yes. Now they're saying that her boyfriend, that her ex-boy, she was in this drug trafficking scheme with her ex-boyfriend. He was having things delivered to her home. And then what happened was the police had a no-knock warrant. So they didn't knock, but they came in anyway. Nay said she heard that yesterday too. And Bertrand Todd, I saw your comment. Love y'all. I love you too. Nay said heard that too yesterday. And then they came into her home and they had a no-knock warrant. They had a no-knock warrant, but they still acknowledged that they were the police. So why? If you have a no-knock warrant, just come on in. So when they came in, they saying that her boyfriend, who is a thug, all of a sudden he's a thug, and he's a this, that, and the third, and he shot at the police first. And so what I can conclude out of that, out of common sense, oh, maybe she was involved in drugs. Maybe she did have something going on the side. It is a damn pandemic, wasn't it? No, bad joke. But anyway, maybe she did have something going on. Who cares? Out of my common sense, you knock on her door, you kick her shit in, and her boyfriend started shooting because he don't know what the hell going on. And then she got caught in the crossfire because Nate said he started shooting thinking they were being robbed. Exactly. You knock in my door. I said this yesterday on my live. You kick in my door, we gonna think the same thing. And it might be the same result. But I don't think we're going to miss over in these camps. Nevertheless, whenever there are these cases, it's always, whenever we have these cases,
over
even
here,
with George Floyd, I'm going to give you what you're looking for. Even with George Floyd. And they said, Nay said, and she was asleep. They said she was asleep, but then now they're saying that she was in the hallway. And the story is just all over the place.
Right to be in her own damn hallway?
Nevertheless, they had a no-knock warrant. Nevertheless, there has to be some point where the private property, something has to kick in, whereas Yes, you can kick in my door. I ain't never heard of a no knock warrant in my life. I can pretty much figure out what it is, but I've never heard of one. But you come through this door right
It's called bullshit.
here. Exactly. But there are always these cases, even with George Floyd. Okay, regardless, we're not gonna even get into him.
Because that's a whole rabbit hole.
That's
That's a whole rabbit hole within itself.
Y'all have no idea how many 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock conversations Jazz and I have had about this George Floyd.
Man, we be breaking down videos.
They ain't ready for the people.
No, they ain't ready for
But
that.
still, even with that, he was high off of meth. He was this, that, and the third. Okay. This boy, Justin Blake, he was the rapist. He was this, he was that. Okay.
Well,
But
first of all, let's pause
with
that. How do I watch this video? Now let's go here. If the man goes from breaking up a fight to just walking to his car, why are we bringing up if he did? Why is he being shot? Because he wasn't shot because he was accused of being raped. He was just walking away from a fight scene.
Right.
And somebody grabbed him by his shirt.
Yeah.
And they just tap. Now he's paralyzed from the waist down. Y'all explain this stuff to me.
Explain that stuff to me. And then what kills me is that over here on the left, you have I think the left is the Democrats, right? Whatever. You have them tearing up Black Lives Matter. You got that whole instance. And then over here, you got the rights who are saying, oh, well, this is justified, the police this, the police that. And the thing about it that bothers me about both sides is that you'll say, oh, well, we don't see all of the footage over here. We don't see all of the footage over here. Well, we didn't see all the damn footage over there, but we have seen footage. What was that boy that was sitting in the car with his woman and his kid? We saw the whole damn thing. The girl was on Facebook Live. We've seen the shit. Over, we could see it with our own eyes and still be like, oh, it was he did this, he did that. Bullshit.
We saw you all snatch these people out of their cars.
Come on.
We saw you all shoot out their tires.
Come on.
So how is that okay? Y'all, listen,
is it?
It will never make sense to me. Well, okay, Kate, it will never make sense to me that I'm sitting in my car minding my business and you all come up to my car and shoot out my tires. It will never make sense to me.
Never.
But I'm telling you, they will come up with
any and everything when it comes to Black people. And then this is like, okay, I'm thinking as a police officer, and I got really, people got on me about saying this, even with Laquan McDonald. I said, as a police officer, if I tell you to stop moving and you don't keep moving, because y'all got a taser too. I ain't never been tased, but I've been in a restaurant where they did tase somebody and they tased that boy way across the way, and I felt the shockwave of it. Understand me? I started to sue the Riverdale Police Department. So you have tasers, you have a gun, you know what I'm saying? Shoot him in his leg. If the boy is moving and he not whatever, shoot him in the leg. I'll give you that one. Shoot him in the leg. But you all are trained to shoot to kill. Period. When it comes to Black and brown, you train to kill. But then this 17-year-old boy whose mother drove him to Wisconsin. She drove his ass to Wisconsin. I wish my son would have. First of all, this little 17-year-old boy drove to Wisconsin, and he's a patriot because he was helping his friend's business. Nigga, you stay in the Illinois, the state of Illinois. You ain't got what you ain't. I wish my son an AR-15 at that. I wish one of my sons would even think to look at a gun. Oh, well, they can't anyway because they're Black men. But nevertheless,
but do you
and he's a patriot.
Do you see, Kay, how we are depicted as like monsters? We are
Yes.
as monsters, and to be honest, we just be minding our own business. But
Minding
see,
our own damn business.
when we respond back and we retaliate, oh no, we shouldn't do that. Oh, tell me why we shouldn't do that again when you all walk right in our homes and we're not even bothering nobody. Do you remember the story about the little girl who was killed by a stray bullet that was shot by the police? What about those stories? Nobody's gonna say anything about that.
Or the other girl that was playing a video game, the girl that was playing a video game with her nephew or something.
Yep.
I remember that, and they came in and shot her. Now we can no longer even sit in our own homes. And then you all pick and choose. And you righteous, you Trumpers, y'all, let me give you this. I give you fake news. I'm gonna give you that one. I give you fake news, but what I'm not gonna give you is the option to choose what's fake and what's real. Because all y'all shit is real. All y'all shit is checks out, fact checks. Who the hell are the damn fact checkers? Is there a coalition of fact checkers? Where's their website? Where is their home office? Who in the hell are these fact checkers?
But Kay,
as I'm saying fact checkers, they said facts.
But next,
Joshua Boyd says straight racism. Yes.
But Kay, here's the thing. If I'm sitting here minding my business or I'm protesting, let's say I'm protesting.
Right.
And you white people come out your house with AR-15s and bazookas and carrying on, and y'all start shooting. Now I got a question. Is that right? Is that right that you all shoot? And we're just peacefully protesting? You say, oh, get off the property. First of all, you just own a home in here. I'm walking. Ahmaud Arbery was shot.
Come on.
Was that okay?
Jogging.
Was that okay?
Jogging. Y'all got in y'all car. And then you'll have, and this is what kills me too about these people. We have had the Ku Klux Klan since the beginning of time. But now we got this not fucking around coalition with this Grandmaster Jay, this black militia who is getting national whatever. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut y'all down. And now that's a problem. That's a problem. Nay said it's time to go to war, my nigga. That's a problem.
Oh,
black people with guns scare y'all.
Listen, Kay, I'm not telling nobody to do anything. I promise you I'm not a violent man. But I tell you this right here. When I gotta sit here and I gotta worry about what's going on with my family or get home. Listen, I am a peaceful man. The Bible
says, well, not a man, but I'm a peaceful woman.
Have peace with all men. Have peace. But I'm gonna tell you this right here.
Yeah.
When y'all start doing raggedy stuff and my life is threatened, that peace goes out the door. It goes out the door because now it's like you know what's wrong. And like, don't get me wrong, I have a bunch of white friends. And I tell my white friends all the time like this: if you don't see what's going on as wrong and you see this as okay, we got an issue.
Yeah.
Because
how can
you be okay with black people being gunned down literally for no reason? How are you okay
Anybody.
With that?
Anybody. I'm tired of this black and white thing. How about we just be human beings? Let's try that for once. But I'm a black woman first, so of course my issues are black issues, are black women issues first, and then black. But nevertheless, anybody. And the thing about it is that we seem to have this compassion, and then they come back and we have this compassion for everyone. That's why we're always in the situation that we're in. That's why the slave masters were able to continue to keep us for so long. All them black women that was in that kitchen, they could have poisoned you. And there were a lot of people who did poison these slave masters and did stuff like that. We'll never hear about it. But nevertheless, this is the reason why we are still in captivity, because we're just trusting and we're believing and we're compassionate and we gonna march. Y'all know y'all could kill us dead. All we gonna do, them niggas ain't gonna do shit but march. They'll be all right.
But see, that's the thing. That's right there. It's like, okay, after you get through marching,
then what? And now what? And now what?
I said this earlier. I said it earlier today.
And now
after
what?
Marching.
Now what? Now what?
Because we've marched, we've sang "We Shall Overcome," we've done all of this stuff, and overcome. We still, our sons and daughters and uncles and aunties. I mean, what really got me, Kay? I'm gonna tell you this. Really got me beyond the little baby getting shot in the house.
Mm-hmm.
What got me was there was a woman who was pregnant. And you remember, there was a lady who was pregnant, and the police shot her and killed her. She didn't have a gun. She did not have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But because she was moving, and she kept telling the police,
I think I remember something like that.
I'm pregnant. He shot her and killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just saying, do you have an ounce of humanity? Do you have an ounce of dignity that these are human beings that have lives? Y'all,
no, because somewhere down the line, just as we have been misinformed about our history, they have been misinformed about theirs. When you say that we have been depicted as animals, let me tell you, there's a writer, producer, director that I'm working with in London, England. And
say that one more time for the people back in the back, because they feel like just because you ain't got many views and people on your channel that you don't know nobody. Go ahead, Kay.
That's okay. Yeah, that's all right. But she's in London, England, and she is very conscious about being politically correct. And she was saying, I did a live one day, and she was saying something about Black people in the ghetto. And I had to explain to her that not all Black people live in the ghetto. And she said, I apologize. She said, I apologize, because that is how it has been depicted to us over here in London, England. Of course, because on the news, if you watch the news, everybody that's doing a crime is Black. Everybody that's shooting each other is Black. Everybody that's all. It's so the entire world, whether you know us or not, automatically you are afraid of us. If you scared, take your ass home. If you are afraid of Black people as a police officer, you have no business being a police officer. If you're scared of fire, damn it, don't be a fireman. If you're scared of dogs, don't be a damn dog catcher. If you're scared of pens, don't be a writer. It's simple. It's simple. It's so simple.
Hey, I want somebody to really explain to me, because they told me that a lot of police officers are trained automatically.
Yes.
And I want somebody to really show that to me, because that to me is so far weird. That's so, because I'm like, who's trained to just kill Black people? Now I can only speak from what I do know. I remember when my brother was pulled over by the police, and the police beat his ass. I remember that. When I had to pick him up, okay, he was wrapped in bandages. You hear me? Wrapped in bandages. And they said he was fleeing the police scene. Now, mind you, this post went viral.
Really?
The post went viral. And it was white people on there talking about, oh, he had a record. Oh, he looked like. I mean, people that don't even know him. That don't even know him. And the white girl who knew him came on and said, I remember this. This was really fucked up what they did to him. White girl said this. White girl who knew him said, I know this man. And what the police did to him was really fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys are coming in, I see some new people are still coming in here. Please click and like. Please click the like and share button on here, and also subscribe to both of our pages. And then don't forget to hit the little alarm bell so you can get all of our notifications. Just want to put that in there. But getting back to what you were saying, two things. Minister Farrakhan addressed both of these issues. One thing he said is, because remember that boy, it was some white guy that killed a black somebody, and they stopped and took him to Burger King.
Oh, that was a dude in Carolina. That was a guy in Carolina who killed those people at the church.
Yes. And they took him to Burger King.
They took him to Burger King and gave him some water.
They took him to Burger King and gave him some water. Minister Farrakhan said one thing about that. He said, see, it's okay for them to kill us, to shoot and kill us. But when we start shooting and killing them, and I in no way am an advocate for violence. I am not an advocate for murder. I'm not an advocate for any of that. Let that be said. Honestly, I'm not. However, he said when we begin to start shooting back and killing back, then we'll be able, then they're going to want to come to the table and have a conversation. Okay, how can we fix this? Danny Marie said, come on, preacher. I don't know if she's talking about me or you, but nevertheless, hey, Danny. And then he said something else to what you just addressed. He addressed the commissioner or the captain of police, the Chicago Police Department. They are trained. They are military trained. They are not trained to de-escalate a situation. They are military trained. The guns and the stuff that they use are military ammunition. Nay said, but that old thing called karma is a bitch. Yes, it is. They are military trained. And then there was a police officer who said that in training, they were trained and they were taught that black and brown people are the enemy. And then let me just dig a little bit deeper here. Let me go down this rabbit hole just a little bit more deeper. I cannot imagine that if you are in the, you know, when you're in the military, they have a certain mindset. Like some people go into the military and they are completely different, right? Mm-hmm. That is because sometimes I think like we all know that the government experiments on people, whatever. I'm not going to get into all that. But I cannot imagine them doing something psychologically to not only people in the military, to people in the military, and then people in law enforcement. Danny Marie also says, which is why they should not be sent to calls in which someone having a mental health issue is involved. They do not know how to handle things like that. Is as in the case of Laquan McDonald. Supposedly he is like, I don't want to say retarded, but he was slow or something like that. He was slow and high. And it just went sour. Either way, they can have warrants, they can have records, they can have whatever. They can be doing whatever. To me, it still does not make any sense, nor does it justify the police killing anyone. Black lives matter, all lives matter, white lives matter, green lives matter, purple lives matter, whatever. You have no right to kill people. period.
At all, period.
At all, period. If you can't shoot them in the leg, you are not trying to de-escalate the situation. Now, there are some situations where, a person is come. You have these outstanding scenarios where it's a terrorist and they coming at you and they just shooting at you and all this and blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna give you that one. If your life is threatened, absolutely, by all means. But in the cases that we have seen, your lives have not been threatened, and you have killed people. And it's and it's so amazing. Elijah Muhammad said that they will kill their children and pick their teeth with their bones. That's heavy. Their own children. They will kill their own children and pick their teeth with their bones. That's heavy. So what they care about you ain't nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, I think we should end on that note. King Demario Jives, tell the people how they can reach you. How can they get in touch with you? How can they come watch your shows? How can they find out who you are?
Well, listen, as always, you guys can find me on YouTube, on any particular platform. If it says King Jive Show and it's full of my videos, like me, and my content is there, please follow me there. I am also on Instagram up under King Jive Show. I am on Facebook up under Demario Jives. I had to shut them other pages down because I was just getting confused with all that stuff. Twitter, I had changed my name back to King Jives. You guys can follow me over there. Listen, I want to say this in closing, and that is this. A lot of people have a lot of stuff to say, Kay. And I know I was on here and someone hit a thumbs down on the video. Yep, thumbs down. And I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people don't like what's being done or said.
It's probably my cousin.
A lot of people don't like what's being done or said. But let me tell you this. Out of everything that's being done or said, let me ask you this. Where's the lie?
Where is the lie? Where's the lie?
In any of the stories, Kay, that we talk about, where is the lie? But people attack you. Now, I said this. I was talking to you. I was at the grocery store. Remember, I was at the grocery store. I said, I really believe.
Bad mistakes that you was making earlier today.
I really believe that these people are demons. I really believe. Because they come out the blue. We're
going to be on here another 2 hours.
They come out the blue, Kay.
Come on.
And then people are so sneaky. They're so sneaky. You hear me? Like they come out of nowhere. They want to be your friends. They want to be your buddies. And then they flip so quick. And I'm saying to myself, what is it? You got to be a spirit. You got to have a demonic, evil spirit in you.
Oh, we finna go to church now. Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor.
And then, Kay, it's like, because this for the folks who really believe in light and darkness, evil and non-evil. This for y'all peoples. You've got to have a demonic spirit in you for you to sit out here and blatantly, not like, oops, I made a mistake, blatantly lie and continually lying for no freaking reason, all for the sake of platforms, social media following, that whole mess. Let me just go here, and I don't care who see this. That whole mess. Last year,
with Larry, baby, that was a spirit right there. Honey, if y'all watch these people, they hop around for the sake, not even trying to help nobody.
I was a witness to that.
But they hop around for the sake of clicks and views and subscribers. And that's all they want.
Yep.
And it's either one, two, or three things. If you had a bad childhood growing up, you never had no damn friends, or bitch, you got a fucking demonic spirit on the inside of you carrying on, or you really pressed for some fucking likes. Because first of all, clicks, likes, and views ain't gonna be what pay you. See, because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this thing. I mean, not K, because we know this. We know this outside of this YouTube stuff. YouTube is only gonna take you so far.
Come on. You better have content.
YouTube is only going to take you so far. What else? If you die today, what's going to be known of you?
My God.
What have you done with your life? Not nothing.
What have you done?
So, I mean, I feel like this. Kay, I really believe that a lot of us are sent on this earth to do great works.
Yes.
Now I'm supposed to be closing. A lot of us supposed to be sent on this earth to do great works.
Take
In
your
us
time.
being sent to do great works, you're going to be attacked, and your assignment is going to be challenged. Now, don't get me wrong. I grew up as a preacher, and that's just who I am. But at the end of the day, I call bullshit for bullshit. I call bullshit for bullshit. And people sit there
love it.
And they wait for the prime opportunity. Do you hear me? The prime opportunity to come with the fuck shit.
Come on.
And just like you wait for the prime opportunity to come with the fuck shit, I'm always with the shits.
Always.
There's
and I'm
never
always
a day.
Forward.
There is never a day that I'm not with the shits.
I'm
telling you,
I'm gonna give you a run for your money, and baby I'll go to the end with you, because at the end of the day, I have the pen, and the pen has the power. There was power in this pen. Don't y'all get me started preaching up.
Because I be trying to tell people, Kay. I'm like, you know, when I sat there for months, when I sat there and I'm quiet for months, everybody talking about, oh, you know, he just said, I got him quiet and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
nigga, you don't even know. I'm thinking of my next best move, because I'm finna come with something else. I had somebody, it's so amazing. I had somebody, people are just a trip. And this 2020, when every preacher, when coming in, everybody's theme was 2020 vision, right? Oh, we're gonna have 2020 vision. And one thing I can say about 2020, it has given me straight 2020 vision, boo-boo. It has given me straight clarity. Clear. I see clear. So clear now. Baby, let me tell you. And people, it's not even exposing people, but people are coming out of the woodworks, and it's not that they have not always been this person. It's just that they've always been this person, but you didn't see it. I didn't see it. And this one girl, I remember, she's a writer, producer, director, and I thought she was a friend of mine until
all right, Kelly Price,
until this pandemic. She was a friend of mine. Anyway, I can't sing like Jazz, y'all. Jazz can sing. But she said something. I was giving her constructive criticism. Actually, I'm trying to encourage her. She's a damn good writer. She's a damn good her vision is impeccable. I'm not too impressed with people, but some of her writing, I'm like, and so I call myself encouraging her. And she went in on me, and she was just like, Yeah, I did this. Well, what have you done? You haven't done anything. She said, I ain't did shit. You haven't done anything. You ain't this, you ain't that. So until you do something, then you talk to me. And I want to say, but I've seen what you've done. Whether I've done anything or not, I've seen what you've done. And what you don't know, and what people don't know and don't understand, is that there is always, Kay Dixon always has a plan. She always has a plan. And there is a method to my madness. And the reason why I haven't put certain things out is because I'm more interested in quality over quantity. You only have one name, and your name must be good in this industry. I've seen movies and people have sent me their stuff, and I'll be like, she like, oh, I want to know what you think. What the hell you want to know what I think about it? What do you think? I saw the movie. Did you see this motherfucker? So I have 10 years. Let me just tell you my little method, the method to my madness. I've been doing things for 10 years, and I've been waiting and waiting and cultivating and honing my craft. I do this. I don't do this shit for the book and for the gram. I do this shit for real.
It's real life.
This real life, boo-boo. And I am so passionate about film and television. Theater is always my first love. I ain't that big where I won't do a play. Y'all, if the numbers is right, you know what I'm saying? I can say that now. The numbers got to be right. And I do it. I have 10 years of product that's coming through this pipeline, because I wanted to wear y'all asses out. When I start dropping my stuff, I want to wear y'all asses out. So by the time y'all just get on my 5th year, and they said, talk about it then. When y'all get on my 5th year of film, me and Demario on the 5th season of whatever series,
Nay,
the 5th season of the 5th series
I meant K.
that we have created.
What they don't realize is
Now you keep calling me K.
y'all got that K and N. What they don't realize is that there are doors that are being opened for us. We may not ever say where they're being opened, but there are doors being opened for us, and we can't say nothing. Cause bitch, we not finna let no nothing ass, dry ass, dusty ass, corroded ass nigga sit out here and fuck up our doors. Bitch, we work too hard to get these bitches open. Okay?
And some of these doors are not open, and some of them I'm kicking the fuck in. Some of them I have kicked in. I'm kicking in. And I never let people know. I'm smart enough to know. Let me tell you something. I let people know what I want you to know. My guy has this saying, you let the streets know what you want the streets to know. I have a way of letting you know exactly what I want you to know. There's a person that I talk to in my neighborhood. She's the mouth of the South. That's my boo thing. Love her to pieces. But I know if I want something put out there, that's who I go tell.
Mm-hmm.
If I know somebody in my family, if I want some gossip to get out, I know who to talk to. You sure we ain't related with your personality? Nate says, honey, we probably could be. If not, you could be my cousin. Deshonda says, my granny used to say it all the time. People can be sent straight from hell, just like they can be sent from heaven. That's the truth, Deshonda. That's the truth. My grandmama said hell gonna be full of preachers and white folks. I gotta write that book. My grandmama said hell is gonna be full of white folks and preachers. And that's the truth. But I put out what I want you to think. I put out what I want you to know. I say I'm starting the rumors now.
Oh,
yes, you gotta wait.
Oh.
I'm doing my own rumors now. That's how cold with the game I am now.
A piece out. Since y'all want to talk about these booty cheeks, and I'm gonna help y'all spread the rumor. Because what y'all fail to realize is talking about me negatively is only going to boost the notoriety and people to see.
Come on. Who is? Because now everybody want to know who you are. Who is everybody?
What you don't realize about? You talking about a baby. You talk about a bad one. Because, babe, I got the pictures. Oh, I got the pictures. Honey, I got furs and sheets and blankets. Honey, we got the pictures.
And while y'all talking about OnlyFans, baby, Terrence T. Kidd said, "Jabs, them cheeks." Terrence, let me tell you, Terrence, Jobs posted this story about his OnlyFans page. I'm a subscribe.
Hey, what's
I'm a subscribe, and then I'm gonna create one myself. Y'all get
what?
This girl said she make $80,000 a month on OnlyFans. What?
Okay, what people realize is, and that is, you can't hurt me. You cannot hurt me. I put the story out myself. I could see if I was sneaking. I could see that. I could see if, I was like sliding somebody's DM. That wasn't the situation. This was public cable internet news. But I want to say, because here's the thing. As much as, people want to say, oh, yeah, you got these men just looking at you. Baby, these
Well,
women.
honey, let me tell you. Because I want to say this. Let me say this. I can say it to you now because you my baby. You family. I can say it to you now. And I want to say it's so politically correct. When I first started watching you, I was like, this boy is fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking, I'm like, he is so fine. And I say it to this day on the thing. I'll be like, he fine. And because you carry yourself in such a manner, and this is probably the most ignorant shit I'm gonna say, but I want you to know that I'm saying it in the K and Jobs way. You didn't act gay. You didn't act this. You didn't act that way. You didn't act, and I had to sit there and I had to be like,
what you said, Kay? What you say? Say that one more time, Kay.
You didn't act, whatever that is, whatever that cliche is. And I was like, is he? Ain't he? What's going on? Either way, I'm a fan and I'm a subscribe.
What you said, Kay? What you said? The people said the other second.
They said, well, Big, I'm joining your booty bandwagon, so you go ahead and do what you do. Get them something to talk about. I'm cool with it now. Deshauna says the pen is mightier than the sword.
Listen,
it sure is.
I was about to twerk for him one day, about to twerk. But see, Kay, let me tell you something. I did a live today. Again, we were supposed to. I did a live today, and I told people, I said, when I go look in a magazine, I see all sorts of things. Like it's not like I see women in bathing suits. I see women in lingerie. I see men in Speedos. I see men in dress, water up under the showers and carrying on. And it's an advertisement for something. Okay? I just advertising. I just happened to shake a little something and got a little jiggle on it. But I'm like, what's the difference? The people like these bottom cheeks.
Come on.
And I'm just like, at the end of the day, you're gonna always have a dry ass motherfucker who feels some type of way about it, and you mad and pressed because if you got out your clothes, you would look like this.
And there was this thing, let me tell you, there was this thing, and I've always had this stigma, or not the stigma, but there's this thing. I was seeing some local Chicago actors. They were taking these pictures, right? They were taking these pictures like nude pictures or almost nude or halfway nude. And my thing was, I never have been in that situation, and people have asked me, you know. Brown Sugar said, "Oh God, I can only." Was that in the
I'm gonna
Mr.
y'all today.
McCrae's
I'm gonna
voice?
y'all.
Oh
I'm
God.
gonna bless y'all. I'm gonna bless y'all. Today.
Wait
I'm
a
gonna give
minute.
y'all.
Wait a minute. We're gonna bless the people. Wait. So look, so I wouldn't take certain pictures because I'm like, why would I take this type of picture at this level that I'm at for the whole world to see? And then when I get to the status that I want to be at, ain't nobody gonna pay to see it. Cause for what? I'm giving it away for free. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? For what?
Okay. Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna bless your screen real quick. Hold on one second. Let me tell you something.
Bless
Now,
my screen.
I'm not fat. But I'm
Stick to the mug. Stick to the mug. Baby. They gonna talk anyway. Look at
you
that.
See what I'm saying?
Look at all that sexiness.
Look, you see what I'm saying, Kay? You see what I'm saying? First of all, let me tell you something. Let me explain something to the people. And that is, I did that photo shoot.
This interview done went all the way that way.
I'm gonna tell you something. I did that photo shoot. It's 2020, 9 years ago. I still look like that. Mind you, there are people that wished they looked like that from 10 years ago. Oh, wait a minute, hold on one second. Baby, I can give you a thug now. I can give you straight up, baby. I can give you a thuglicious around here. Wait a minute.
Oh God. Y'all, this interview done went all the way that way. Come on, baby.
I can give you a thug,
baby. See what I'm saying? I don't know if he gay or not. What's happening? I didn't know. Brown Sugar said, yes, put that back.
Now wait a minute. Now,
and then they said, y'all gonna hit the 2-hour mark and loving it. We know, girl, we passed 2 hours. We 2:21 and 54 seconds. And then they said, go ahead, thug life. We having a ball.
This is why I tell the people. This is why I tell the people right here. Like you can't hurt me. Okay?
You can't hurt me. Daddy says, Daddy.
You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you what you're looking for, baby. What KD has for 20 and 20 for the people's. April Lee said, "Oh my."
Oh yes.
Oh yes. What KD
now
has for the people moving forward in October. Oh my God.
I'm finna help.
God.
I'm finna help him.
You're a DC thug. Yes. Give me that you want it, look, boo. Come on, y'all going over to that. Drop that OnlyFans link right here. Let me give you my little coins. Give you my little coins. I got to give this man this coin.
Listen, let me tell you something.
My weight up.
But see, let me tell you something, Kay. This is what I'm talking about. These are professional photo shoots. You hear me? And this was for marketing for, I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm just like, babe, I would not. See, what people don't understand is there's a difference between pornographies and art. Happen to be art.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Baby, my picture's going to be so fierce. I'm going to have to, when the cameraman is, let me get them. I have my own memory card. No, you don't use yours. Here's mine. Let me get that.
I'm going to give you what I want.
Let me get that.
Because I'm going to tell you, when I had my photos done, I was right there saying what I wanted done. I was like, okay, I want this, want this, want this, want this. And I'm going to tell you something. As soon as I get this body right like I wanted to, I'm going to slim down a little bit. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do another one. You think I'm worried about going in? Let me tell you
We
something.
should. Oh, I got an idea. I'm gonna call you afterwards. We should do. I'm gonna tell you right now. We should do. We should do a green day. We should do the 10-day green smoothie challenge. We'll talk about that when we get off live.
What they said?
Let's get these bodies up. They said if he had that pillow a little further to the right, baby. And then she comes back and say, run that shit, big bro. Not no pics about a tore down wall with
Right.
trash on the ground. Now you being messy all around you like someone we've seen, like someone you know we've seen pictures. Oh God.
Oh, I know
Oh,
who she talking
God.
about. Oh, Nay, you so messy.
Oh God.
At least let me tell you something. Nay, I wasn't playing them a pulse. I went up there with a pink. I wasn't playing with a pink builders. Okay. I think I'm gonna use.
You
this
wasn't in the bathhouse.
Wait a minute, hold on. I wasn't in the bathhouse. Okay.
In the bathhouse.
Now see, now
Baby.
I might have to use this K. Hold on one second.
Let me see.
For this good old rumors.
Look at the elder, y'all.
I've used
Look
that.
at Elder Giles. Somebody call Bishop Blake.
I might have to use. Wait, hold on. It ain't working right. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Somebody call Bishop Blake and tell him his elder is acting up.
Bishop Blake may pay me. Don't you better stop that now. Bishop Blake may. Baby, Bishop Blake may send me a little coin. Praise God. Hey, this man open up. Oh, yeah.
I didn't say that, Bishop. I didn't say that, Bishop. I didn't say that, Bishop.
Auntie, they want to talk about some cakes. Oh, yeah.
Hot, baby. Oh, let's get these coins. I think it was, who was that? Somebody said that, somebody said, I can't think of one of our people said, somebody made $1 million in one day on OnlyFans.
Baby, that was Sukiana. And she went and bought
Who
a
is
Bentley.
Sukiana. Sukiana. See, I don't hate. I congratulate. I just found out what you've done. Ain't no point in reinventing the wheel. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel, baby.
Hey,
Tiffany Louise said, Lord. Man, $1 million in one day. Let me get that. I have films to make.
I can't even say what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to need your assistant with some. I need your assistant. Why they mad, though?
We're going to help each other out. It's over with.
But see, the people, they mad, right? Y'all mad.
Sheila done flatlined on us.
People's mad at me, but I'm like, baby, you mad because I got all this body?
Mad. You would be surprised.
Got all this body? Like, baby, like, I mean, as long as you ain't saw no booty hole, no dinglings, this is art.
Majority of the women that I know, and especially at church, have always made comments and have always said things about my body that were sometimes uncomfortable or inappropriate. And now that I think about it, I'm like, it was neither of the two, bitch. You just mad. You just mad. Dana Yvonne said, yes, stay mad. Brown Sugar, he wanted secretly. Dennis hey, Dennis. Dennis say,
hey,
yo,
Dennis.
How are you guys? We good. We 2 hours and 28 in, Dennis. Hey, thanks for joining. Man, they just mad. And it's like, and my guy, he was like, baby, you have the body of a goddess. They said,
let me tell you
exactly
something.
Thick as in. Dennis said, is that Kay Dixon? Yes, boo-boo. Hey.
Let me tell you
my
something.
Secret weapon. Y'all ready, church?
Let me tell you something, Kay. One thing I've always learned is that people may say, oh, you know, they got to look like this. They got to be petite. Baby, people like meat.
I'm so thick. I'm so thick. I look at
meat.
myself in the mirror and be like, damn.
Do you shake a little bit sometimes? You just like, dude.
I'll be like,
Do you get the mirror and just shake a little bit like,
hey, y'all ain't, Lord Jesus. This is why they don't let me say nothing in church, y'all. This is why.
That's okay.
This is the reason why. That's all right. That's all right. You ain't got that.
That's okay.
Never
Listen,
let me
y'all, listen. we gonna work on some things because we gonna let the devil choke on its own words. We gonna let the enemy of my enemy, we gonna let them choke.
Mm-hmm.
No, Tiffany, they ain't ready. They ain't ready. Baby, let me tell you something. They gonna choke. Cause it's one thing. Let me explain something. What y'all that set up here and did. It's one thing when you got a videographer that can write, produce, and put things together, and it's another when you got another person, and I ain't calling no names out, who can write scripts and put all and can write storylines and make it as juicy as possible. But you don't know what you just did. You don't know what you just did.
Know.
And I want to say thank you.
You have no idea. Thank you. Hey.
Oh, kicking in the ocean.
He's coming in a thunder.
Honey,
He's coming in a
let
Jaguar.
me tell you, when I tell you right here, right now. And
Thank
Dennis.
You, Dennis. K Dixon got her own platform. Proud of you.
K Dixon always had her own platform. I can't tell you what all K does, but K has always had her own platform.
Thank you.
I just gotta say that.
Dennis. Ha! He coming in a Cadillac Escalade.
Hondo, Shondo.
So anyways, y'all. That's how my Jesus is coming.
Mine's gonna come in a humble Mitsubishi. Heck yeah.
The doors of the church are open.
Yeah, the doors of OnlyFans is open.
Ushers, hold the door.
The doors of OnlyFans is open. We praise God. I want to say to all you haters and buzzards and blizzards and things out here, thank y'all so much. Because you can't make me feel bad about being a handsome black man. I want to say thank you this day for promoting. And every video that you make only further lets the people know how pressed you are.
Mm-hmm.
Every lie that's being told is letting the people know how pressed you are. And what you've done is you push people in the way to make great productions.
Come on. That's the truth. We ain't got to make shit up. Thank you. Yes. Nay say we thank you now and forever. Dana said, yes, Lord. Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord. Mm-hmm. Yes. And the thing about it is that, and when you, I like when you say you're not going to make me feel bad about being a handsome black man, because I have been in situations where I have downplayed myself, downplayed who I am as a person, as a woman, as a beauty. I look at some of my pictures, I'll be like, girl, you are pretty as hell. But at one point in time, it was a way that I really didn't feel that I was so pretty. I didn't feel so beautiful. I did whatever. And that's why I appreciate and love my man so much, because even when I was in that state, he always made me feel and always made me believe and always show me, no matter what it was, depression, bouts, and all that. And he was still like, He didn't falter not one time. If I was looking this way, we still gonna go to the store. We still gonna do this. We still gonna do that. But
Mm-hmm.
when he actually still makes me feel and tell me, baby, you are so beautiful. Thank you, Dennis. You are so this. You are so. He encourages me. This man, y'all, we was fighting 2 weeks ago with a corset because I'm trying to waist train, and he did that, and it's just like he's just so aggressive and so. He just
Go
wants
ahead,
me to
Kay. Go
win,
ahead.
and you have to have. He just wants me to win, and you have to have somebody like that. And I appreciate him so much. And it's one thing for somebody else to tell you who you are, but when you realize who you are, let me tell you something. This is my favorite thing. The prodigal son. I'm finna preach. The prodigal son was always the king's son, right? But even though he went out and did all of this crazy stuff and he did all of this stuff, no matter what he did, he was still the king's son. But my favorite part of that story was this part when it says, and when he came to himself, when he opened his own eyes and realized, just like in the Matrix, Neo was in the Matrix or out the Matrix, whatever. He was doing all this stuff. And Morpheus kept telling him, you're the one, you're the one, you're the one. And Neo was probably like, okay. And he doing all this, doing all that. But it wasn't until Neo realized who he was in himself, who and whose he was, just like the prodigal son. Just like the prodigal son. You understand what I'm saying? When Neo realized who he was, it was over with. He was cutting through all the bullshit and saying, all them, you know what I'm saying? The codes
Sometimes it
was
takes for us
nothing
to
to him.
recognize sooner or later
You have
who
to
we are.
recognize yourself,
And
who we are.
when you recognize who you are, you can't make
It's
me
over
feel
with.
bad about that.
Game
You
over. Game over.
like you ain't did nothing but just push me to do greater
to a
things.
whole nother level. To a whole nother level.
Like
to a whole nother level.
I just want to thank God for the deals that's about to come forth. You know, I thank God for the things that are on the table that ain't even been presented on the table yet. It's some stuff in the kitchen.
Yes.
It's some stuff in the kitchen that ain't even came to the table yet. But it's coming. Hey, it's coming to the table.
Woo! I felt that.
It's coming to the table. It's some stuff that they're cooking in the kitchen right now. That you was out here bumping your gums, baby. You didn't make them prepare a whole pot. The Bible said this. The Bible said that he prepared a table before
come on,
me.
Pastor, come, Pastor.
Hey,
come on.
The Bible does say for real.
What?
He said I prepared a table for you in the presence. The presence
of my enemy.
See, look, now, I'm gonna give you a good example. They talked about Cardi B so bad that when she came out the gate, because she's been a rapper for a while, she was a scripper. She was a scripper, but she was a rapper too, talented. She came out with Bodak Black, Bodak Yellow, whatever. Smash. And from that moment forward, she been smashing. It's been all kind of negative publicity about her, but she kept hitting the people with smash hits. See, let me tell you something. When God prepares a table before you, you can't. The only way you can go down is if you mess it up. And there is no purpose. There is no purpose in you allowing the enemy who tried to be your friend. There is no purpose in you allowing that enemy to make you feel down and you to mess up your own purpose. There's no reason for that. You're not gonna mess up. You're not gonna make me mess up my purpose because you can't mess up my purpose. You don't have dominion over anything over here, and that's what you're mad about. So we done went down this rabbit hole before, and see then. Ooh, if I knew then what I know now, oh, we would have been here. But I thank God
I
But
thank
timing
God
is
that I'm able to go
everything.
back into my repertoires. Okay, my repertoires. Now, when this information get put out now, because the rumor mill says King Jives has an OnlyFans, he over there fucking. So when the rumor gets out that a preacher, you got the
An
vision?
elder.
You got the
An
vision?
elder in the Church of God in Christ. Let me tell you, let me just say that for the people in the back. In that grand old church
that a preacher is on OnlyFans doing God knows what. Did you see the pictures? He was shaking his booty. My God.
Oh God. They ain't gonna like that type of teaching. And the thing about it is that you don't have to go anywhere. You're telling your own story. You're telling your own story. So what can they say? But go over there and look and subscribe.
Go over there and subscribe.
And subscribe. And at the same and I love it because it's transparency. It's transparency. It is what it is. It is what it is. But you ain't tipping, you ain't dipping, you ain't sliding, you ain't sliding, you ain't gliding. Here it is right here in your face. Now run and tell that. What can you talk about? What can you talk about? I know I know my whole neighborhood like, Kay got an OnlyFans page. Girl, this bitch is on OnlyFans.
How about this? So they talked about Sukihana so bad. Sukihana went and bought a Bentley.
And I guarantee you she ain't lost an ounce. She ain't lost a bit of sleep.
You know how much a Bentley costs? You know how much a Bentley costs?
Let's Google that really quick. Don't tell me. Let me look that up really quick.
She went and bought a 2-door Bentley.
Nay, look that up, Nay.
A 2-door Bentley.
My computer is acting stupid. Look that up, Nay. See how much a Bentley costs. A 2-door Bentley. Somebody look that up for us real quick.
That's about $200,000-$300,000 off you talking
just
negative.
Like that.
You talking negative. Oh my.
Oh God.
Oh God. Can you create an OnlyFans? To all my haters, can you create an OnlyFans? Do you have is your body marketable?
Are you marketable?
Are you marketable?
Are you marketable?
Are you marketable?
Brown Sugar said $202,500 to be exact. Dennis said he gonna open him up an OnlyFans. And I'll subscribe. Let me see. 2020 2-door Bentley. Come on, Google.
Now we just talking, y'all. We just talking, but I'm letting y'all understand that when someone talks and tries to make a mockery out of you, this is typically the benefits of especially when you got something to see. Huh? See, Sukihana had something to see. And see, Kai and all the rest of them was over there talking. Dennis said you can get a 2006 Bentley for $30,000. Well, baby, she didn't go buy a 2006. But that's good to know. Cause I can take $30,000 and go ahead and go get me a Bentley too. But see, the maintenance on that mug is what's gonna kick you in the butt.
Yeah. Nate said $304,000 and $304,670 to be exact. Just like that. Just like that.
Kay and I have something that we're gonna have to work on. And so we sure appreciate y'all so much.
We do. We love you all. This has been so much fun. We got to do this more often. Thank you all for tuning in.
Kay is
Thank
gonna
you
be on
all for
King
the
Jive Show
love.
this coming week. We gonna talk about this
Yay!
movie industry and things, and all of this and what it takes to be in Hollywood. And I'm a modeler and an actor for real legit. And I've done my stuff, and I've already been in Broadway plays. So we have background history that we can talk about, and also what it takes to be in this world. You know what I'm saying? This is not something where you can just, oh, I'm cute and I can do it. No, you really have to work hard at it. And when there is no door open, you got to make your own doors. Kick that motherfucker in. I'm going, y'all.
That's real talk. I love y'all. Mwah. All right. See you all.